Coming up next on TV5 News, a body is found on the Clarion University campus. We'll have the details. Could the faculty at the state system of higher education campuses be going on strike anytime? We'll give you that story next.
Plus, Kristen Stanton will be in with a look at your Autumn Leaf Week weather. And Martise McCree has the details of 2 local high school teams going head-to-head. All this and more as TV5 News brings coverage closer to home.
This is TV5 News, bringing coverage closer to home.
State police are investigating a suicide on the Clarion University campus. Good evening, I'm Carrie LaPue.
And I'm Christy Desort. Our top story tonight focuses on a shot fired inside of the university's Pierce Science Center. Mark Despotakis joins us now with the details. Mark.
Thanks, Christy. Well, the news first came into our newsroom late yesterday evening, and we spent last night and today covering the news of a body found in Pierce Science Center. It's tonight's top story.
Well, what we can say so far is that the body of a young white male was found in an academic building, found dead in an academic building on campus.
That information from Public Safety Director Dave Tajeski came just hours after Clarion University public safety officers responded to a call at Pierce Science Center.
Their moods, I mean, it was just kind of like dismal. They said, please don't look, just keep walking. And then as I walked towards the library, there were probably, I mean, little chunks of people, of students, like all through, and maybe about 5 or 10 students per group, all just looking on their faces. I mean, people that you would never expect. I mean, even like, I mean, you generalize and see people on campus that don't really show any emotion, and even these guys were pretty shaken up. I mean, it's hard not to be shaken up with something like this. So.
As last night progressed, details were sketchy, and officials were not releasing any information until sometime after 11, when we were informed that indeed a shot was fired.
All indications at this point lead us to believe he has died as a result of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Overnight, new details emerged with confirmation that state police are now handling the investigation. But the bigger news that was released was the name of the victim, Brian J. Rathbun, a former Clarion University student from Leaper. Other details came out at a press conference held this morning.
First and foremost, I'd like to say on behalf of the entire Clarion University community that we express our deepest sympathy to the family of Brian Rathbun. It's a deep tragedy for the family, and I hope you all keep the family in your thoughts and prayers.
According to university officials, Rathbun was a former Clarion University student who was last enrolled in the fall of '97. He was enrolled as a business management major but never completed his degree. According to a family friend I spoke with, he left the university to enroll in a PGA golf school. State police indicated that there was a suicide note and then elaborated further.
We had correspondence. That's as far as we want to get at this point in time.
As of this morning, students resumed their regular class schedule in Pierce and other university buildings.
Classes are continuing in Pierce. There is a section of that lobby that is still not open to the public.
The investigation into last night's events is continuing, and we will keep you updated as we receive further information. And we also have been informed that the university will be offering counseling for anyone needing it on the first floor of Egbert Hall on the university campus. Live in the newsroom, I'm Mark Despotakis. Back to you, Christy.
Thanks, Mark. Clarion University students turned out Monday night demanding answers about how the possible faculty strike will affect them. According to the Oil City Derrick, president of the Clarion chapter of the Association of Pennsylvania State College and University Facilities, Susan Traynor, said the faculty at Clarion and the other 13 state schools will complete a strike authorization vote today. The vote does not mean union members will be in fact strike, but an affirmative vote will give the union state executive committee the ability to strike if necessary. After 18 months of negotiations, the two sides will meet for one last time on Wednesday in Harrisburg. If the strike goes into effect, it will impact more than 95,000 students, 6,000 of those from Clarion University. The vote count is slated to be available on Friday. TV5 News will update you with information as it becomes available. An update on a story we first brought you: the Department of Environmental Protection and owner of the site of a tire fire claim that the burned tires and chemicals located in Paint Township will be taken care of. The Clarion News talked to owner Dixie Stevenson, who said that he has contacted a company to dispose of the chemicals and tire debris. The chemicals were on the land already when Stevenson took ownership. Formerly, the site was used as a tire recapping operation. Chemicals located on the Paint Township property have supervisors concerned about the public safety. Secretary Jacques Groover was advised to contact the Department of Environmental Protection to receive answers to the questions.
Clarion Area Authority is implementing an inflow and infiltration sewage reduction program. The program is aimed to benefit all customers. The program is directed to stop the mixing of storm water from pavements, area waves, roofs, foundation drains, and other sources to enter the sanitary sewers. The authority has hired an additional employee to work primarily with the inflow and infiltration reduction program. Customers who need repairs or are contributing to the problem will be identified. Those who need repairs will be scheduled for construction. However, those customers who are caught contributing to the problem will be notified and given 30 days to correct it. The authorities want to remind you that each customer actions will have an impact on everyone.
A Reimersburg man faces charges for allegedly walking into a residence without permission, displaying a gun, and claiming he was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. According to police documents, 24-year-old Jason B. Young told the resident he wanted to see the woman to talk about interracial going-ons. He then pulled back his coat to reveal he was carrying a .40 caliber gun. According to documents filed by District Justice Daniel George, the woman was not in her home when the incident occurred. Court papers said that Young stated the KKK and the White Knights were looking to take care of the interracial problem. A man apprehended for stealing a car last week in New Vernon Township, Mercer County, has now been charged with murder of a man in a Center County drug deal. Health Gordon Quick of Morrisdale was being arraigned on charges of murder, conspiracy, robbery, and theft. According to court papers, Quick confessed to shooting Oster Camargo in Black Moshannon State Park. Both men were allegedly in the middle of a drug deal. Also being charged is Thomas Huddleston of Phillipsburg, who police say helped dispose of the body. The two men drove to an area called Devil's Elbow to dispose of the body. Quick was arrested in Mercer County 2 days later. Police said they seized drug paraphernalia, marijuana, and a gun from the vehicle. Also found in the car were traces of blood and hair samples. Quick was placed in the Mercer County Jail in lieu of bond.
On Monday, the Oil City Area School Board approved the hiring of another learning support teacher for the Oil City Middle School. The decision for hiring another teacher is due to the growing number of learning support students in the school. Currently, 78 students have needs in the middle school alone. The salary for the new position will come out of the budgetary reserve, according to the district superintendent, Stephen Pinkna. The district will advise for the position and hopes for a name to bring to the October board meeting. The board also approved a 3-year contract with Seneca Lawn and Garden for snow removal in the district parking lots. The contract is worth over $83,000. The district also added 5 teachers to their substitute teacher list. Apparently, the schools across the county are having trouble finding substitute teachers. PennDOT is hoping that new road signs will help drivers exercise caution. Slow Down, My Daddy Works Here is the sign that the department's District 10 office is initiating. District 10 covers Clarion, Jefferson, Armstrong, Butler, and Indiana counties. The district's Safety Community Relations Coordinator, Jim Strucy, stated that the sign is the first of its kind in the state. The sign is located along Interstate 80 between Corsica and Brookville and is written in crayon text. Depending on response, others could be placed in the future. Strucy said that the district is trying to reach drivers on an emotional level and to remind motorists that roadside crews are more than obstacles and delays. Another sign planned for next year for eastbound lanes on I-80 is Slow Down, My Mommy Works Here. District officials are interested in feedback from the public and employees about how effective the program is.
The Clarion County jobless rate falls to 4.4% in August, down from 4.8% in June and 4.6% in July. Within the past year, transportation and public utilities sector dropped about 100 jobs in Clarion County, while 100 were added to wholesale and retail trade. The opening of a Walmart superstore in Cranberry Township has helped lower Venango County's unemployment rate. However, the number is still among the highest in Pennsylvania, according to the state report issued Monday. Unemployment increased by 300 to 25,100, while the number of unemployment people declined by 100 to 1,500. In Forest County, the unemployment rate was up to 6% in August from 5.9% in July. Of the 67 counties in Pennsylvania, Venango County was tied for 55th with Fayette County. Clarion County was ranked 30th, while Forest County was tied for 58th with 4 other counties.
A Spartansburg man has been arrested and accused in a fatal hit-and-run accident on Sunday, according to the police. Sean Davenport, 29, was arraigned last night on felony charges in the death of Lewis Ross. In Corey, state police say that Ross, 21, died after being hit by a vehicle along Route 77 in Sparta. Also injured in the same incident was 21-year-old Mark Cook. Authorities say that they were led to Davenport when his relatives called the state police on Sunday. Davenport is being held on a $100,000 bond and could carry a maximum penalty of 7 years in jail and a $15,000 fine. Julie Piercy is resigning tonight because he doesn't think anything is going to change. Piercy, who quit after 16 years of serving clashing with Chairman Joe Morgan. Piercy feels that the decision to cut the Planning Commission's budget and personnel while changing the focus to economic development will have no effect on how the Planning Commission does its business. Piercy chalks up his resignation to politics, saying it's all too political. When we return, find out what major airline is enacting a new flight policy, and we'll tell you which major celebrities are backing the Al Gore Democratic Party.
But first, Jeff Say from the Clarion Call will be here with an update on the lawsuit filed by ASCUF against the state system of higher education, plus the latest updates in Clarion University news. Stay with us as TV5 News brings coverage closer to home.
Young children cannot stand on their own. Uniting parents and children is an important part of the life of a community. Stand for Children encourages people to make a personal commitment to stand for the health of children. 300,000 Americans marched in Washington, D.C. last June to support Stand for Children Day. Stand for Children seeks to lift the belief that children need our help to stand.
It's my birthday. I'm the mayor. It's my birthday.
Exercised lately?
Go for a mouthful. Go for the fun. Come on, go for cake. Cakes for everyone. Just one stack is what it takes. And it's Gopher cakes. Open wide, stuff your face. There's always room for more Gopher cakes. Empty the box, they're reload. Eat those Gopher cakes till you explode.
Exercised lately?
Till you explode.
Sad, looking back now, the things you go through in life. Scary. The worst thing about being on welfare was I didn't get my kids what they really wanted. I had to get a better life for my girls and myself. I got off welfare. I got a good job. Makes me the happiest mother in the world. I live for my girls.
We're not asking you to hire everyone on welfare, just one.
This is TV5 News, bringing coverage closer to home.
Welcome back to TV5 News. Clarion Call editor Jeff Say is here in the TV5 newsroom to tell us about the latest information on the lawsuit between ASCUF and the state system of higher education. Jeff?
Good evening. In the September 23rd edition of the Clarion Call, the ASCUF and state system labor dispute leads our look at the news. Early last week, the Association of Pennsylvania State College and University Faculties, APSCUF, filed a lawsuit against the state system. The lawsuit contends the rate at which some faculty at the 14 state-owned universities are awarded automatic raises is inconsistent with the law. The state system has introduced a plan to have the faculty union agree to a contract extension pending the outcome of the lawsuit. The Clarion University Student Senate elected Amy Messline their new vice president last week. Messline served as chair of the Appropriations Committee and Student Relations Committee during the 1998-1999 school year. Messline plans to meet bi-weekly with committee chairs to discuss short and long-term goals and objectives. I would like to help resolve concerns that they may have, Messline said. Davis and Harvey Halls are closed for renovations this semester. Davis Hall is scheduled for reopening in January, and Harvey Hall is planned to be accessible next fall. Classes that were held in Davis Hall have been moved to Keeling Health Center. That's the latest from the Clarion Call newsroom. I'm Jeff Say, TV5 News.
Thanks, Jeff. You could feel the excitement in the air as Saturday kicked off the 46th Annual National City Autumn Leaf Parade. The Main Street sidewalk in downtown is buzzing with everything from food to colorful lights to screaming amusement riders. The week is full of festivities for all ages. Today's festival highlights included the Kitty Parade and the Clarion Community Choir Reunion Pops concert. Kelly Silvis and Jolene Bartley received their titles of Miss Junior Teen Autumn Leaf Festival and Miss Teen Autumn Leaf Festival on September 25th. Silvis, a 13-year-old 8th grader at Clarion Area High School, walked away with the honors of Essay and Interview Awards. Jolene Bartley, a sophomore at Union High School, was also honored as the interview winner. Both girls will receive a scholarship worth $1,250.
Taking a look at news across the state, United Airlines and U.S. Airways are joining together in asking pilots of Boeing 737s to speed up during their takeoffs and landings in hope of countering the type of rudder malfunction that caused the crash of Flight 427 in 1994. In March, the National Transportation Safety Board ruled that the cause of the U.S. Airways crash on September 8, 1994 was due to a rudder reversal. The crash killed all 132 people on board. According to documents obtained by the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review, the airlines have ordered 737 pilots to increase speed 23 miles per hour to give pilots enough time and options if a rudder problem occurs. Also, the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating whether or not a United 737 incident, which occurred since the policy change, was also due to a rudder-related problem.
On a follow-up that we brought you last Tuesday on TV5 News, students at Keystone Oaks High School no longer have to pay a $25 fee to use the school's smoke-free honors restrooms. School officials say they will still set aside one boys' restroom and one girls' restroom for students who promise not to smoke inside. A plan has been enacted to step up enforcement on the no smoking rule throughout the school. But after complaints from parents, the restroom fee is gone. Under the old system, students who paid the fee were given keys to the honors restroom and could not lend them out. School officials decided to drop the fee Monday after a meeting with a student group that had proposed the honors restroom concept.
A Pittsburgh woman who has accused a city police officer of raping her has been arrested on a charge of making a false report in another incident. Authorities say the woman reported last week that 3 carjackers had tied her up, fondled her, and forced her to smoke drugs. Police believe the woman lied about the incident to explain to her husband why she disappeared for 2 days. This summer, the same woman told authorities that a patrolman who answered a call at her home returned when he was off duty and raped her. The patrolman has been taken off the street while an investigation continues. State police say 3 drivers are charged with vehicular homicide stemming from what authorities describe as a drag race. Police say 30-year-old Michael Davis was riding a motorcycle east on State Route 376 near Braddock Hills 3 weeks ago when he was struck by a car driven by Mauro Kisak. According to authorities, Kisak had been racing 2 other drivers and lost control of his car. The drivers have been identified as 25-year-old Jason Communell of Monroeville and 26-year-old Michael Bennett Norman of Westchester. All 3 men have been charged with homicide by a vehicle and involuntary manslaughter, recklessly endangering another person, and criminal conspiracy.
Calling rape every woman's nightmare, a Lycoming County prosecutor urged a judge yesterday to send a convicted rapist to jail for a long time, and the judge did. 28-year-old Dennis LaRue Shires has sentenced to 15 to 30 years in prison for an attack last year on a 17-year-old girl at a video store near Hughesville. Testimony revealed that Shires was wearing a ski mask and carrying a knife when he raped the teenager. After heartbreaking testimony was heard from the victim, Judge Nancy Butts said that this was one of the worst crimes she has ever seen. Shires did not apologize to the girl, but said he felt the girl's pain and hoped she can soon get on with her life. A drug raid at a rave party in Shamokin has led to numerous arrests. District attorneys from Northumberland and Montour County say police raided the party at the Skate Our Way in Shamokin at 5 a.m. on Sunday. According to authorities, some 250 people were in attendance. 4 people were jailed on drug charges, and officials say that charges are pending against some 30 others. Since the drug activity took place within 1,000 feet of a school, officials say it could mean stiffer penalties for anyone convicted. Coming up next on TV5 News, a California teacher is fighting for his job after being dismissed because of a sex change operation. Find out the details next.
And stay tuned because Gary Martin will be here with your latest financial information in this week's Financial Beat. Plus, 2 local high schools go head-to-head. See who won the game coming up in sports. It's all ahead as TV5 News brings coverage closer to home.
Introducing new frequent phone hours.
Use the phone just 8 hours a week and get this free phone cradle. Use it 12 hours and get a speakerphone.
Use it 15 hours and get this cool headset.
Or stay on the phone 20 hours a week
and get a pasty complexion,
flabby body, and a great new nickname at school.
Exercised lately?
I like all my friends to be there. I want my mother to be there. My hair's gonna be done so beautiful. A lot of music, a nice blue dress. I want to be beautiful for every single person that goes there. If I get shot, I want to have a nice funeral.
Every day, 10 children are killed by gunfire. Help stop the violence. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT for free information. Not one more lost life. Not one more grieving family. Not one more.
Thanks for joining us. Taking a look at news across the nation, police investigating the murder of a woman on her wedding day reportedly have a videotape of the attack. According to the New Jersey paper, The Record of Hackensack, a would-be wedding guest was shooting an amateur video of Gladys Rickard posing for wedding pictures when her ex-boyfriend, Augustin Garcia, allegedly showed up and opened fire. The paper is reporting that investigators have the tape in their possession, which documents the killing at Rickard's Ridgefield, New Jersey home, in front of her family and friends. According to police, Garcia has pleaded not guilty to the murder.
Some big names are throwing their support behind Vice President Al Gore. Basketball star Shaquille O'Neal has joined entertainer Bill Cosby in endorsing Gore's bid for the Democratic presidential nomination. O'Neal says Gore represents the best opportunity America has to inspire young people to be better individuals. At a Gore fundraiser last night, Cosby said the election is a no-brainer. Gore's rival, former New Jersey Senator Bill Bradley, also has the backing of some well-known individuals, among them actor Spike Lee and Samuel L. Jackson. A popular high school teacher in California is fighting for his job after announcing that he wants to become a woman. Dana Lee Rivers, formerly known as David Warfield, has received notice from the school district in Antelope that he will be fired. The district cites his dismissal as his unfitness for service as a teacher. According to Rivers' attorney, a complaint has been filed to get Rivers' job back. Rivers stated that he was put on paid administrative leave in August by the district because of his plans for a sex change.
The sentencing hearing for confessed school shooter Kip Kinkle is set to begin November 2nd. 17-year-old Kinkle pleaded guilty to killing his parents at home and then opening fire on his high school cafeteria in May of last year. According to police, Kinkle also pleaded guilty to attempted murder in connection with the 25 students who were injured in the attack. The sentencing hearing is scheduled to take several weeks with emotional testimony from both student victims and their families. Kinkle faces between 25 years and more in prison.
If you're a newlywed, having financial stability is a key to making any relationship work. TV5's Gary Martin explores some tips for newlyweds in tonight's Financial Beat.
If you're a newlywed, begin your married life on a positive note. Get a grip on your finances right from the start. Begin by communicating with your spouse about money. If one of you is a saver and the other is a spender, you'll need to find some common ground. Set up a realistic budget and stick to it. And if either of you brought debts into the marriage, decide on a strategy for handling them. To avoid taking on too much additional debt, manage your credit wisely. Of course, you'll need to save and invest for the future. You can start by paying yourself first. Every time you get paid, deposit a small amount into an investment vehicle, such as a mutual fund. Also, if your employer offers a 401k or other tax-advantaged retirement plan, contribute as much as you can afford. By making the right moves early in your marriage, you'll reap the benefits for years to come. With TV5's Financial Beat, I'm Gary Martin, your Clarion Edward Jones investment rep, member SIPC.
If there's a topic you would like to see on Financial Beat, send it to us at TV5 Becker Hall, Clarion University, Clarion, PA 16214. We are not able to answer individual letters concerning financial advice. The 46th Annual Autumn Leaf Festival is in full swing with a variety of events throughout the week. Kristen Stanton is here to give us the forecast for your Autumn Leaf Week. Kristen?
Thanks, Kristen. Coming up after the break, Martise McCree is here to give us the highlights from last night's football game and much more in this week's World of Sports.
It's straight ahead as TV5 News brings coverage closer to home.
Standing out from the crowd is easy when you stop in at Fashion Bug, located in a Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all with many different styles. With our newly expanded shoe and accessory department, you're surely to find that special touch to enhance that new outfit. And if you have a fashion question, our experts are here to help. That's Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall, just off Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday from noon till 5.
Where have all the children gone? Long time passing.
Every day, 10 children are killed by gunfire. You can help stop the violence. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT. Not one more lost life. Not one more grieving family. Not one more.
Gone to graveyards one by one. Oh, when will we ever learn?
News travels fast. That's why you need the speed and accuracy of a news team that brings coverage closer to home. Every Tuesday and Wednesday night, join TV5 News for Clarion's only live local newscast on television at 8. Tune in for the latest in regional, state, and national news. Plus, with our newspaper exchange partner, the Clarion News, teaming up to bring coverage closer to home every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Clarion's only live local newscast on television at 8 is here on TV5.
Welcome back to TV5 News. I'm Martise McCree. In Tempe, Arizona last night, the San Francisco 49ers defeated the Arizona Cardinals 24-18. The Niners quarterback Steve Young suffered from a mild concussion late in the first half. San Francisco was up 17-0 when Young was knocked out of the game. Arizona pulled within 17-10 before Lawrence Phillips scored with 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining. The Clarion Golden Eagles ended a 7-game losing streak on Saturday. The Golden Eagles beat Kutztown 31-21. Clarion trailed 14-6 at the half, but scored 12 points in the third quarter to take the lead 18-14. In the fourth quarter, the Golden Eagles added another 13 points and held Kutztown to 7. Adam Almashi started for the injured quarterback Jeff Kappa. Almashi threw for 113 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Golden Eagles play Slippery Rock this Saturday for our homecoming game. Kickoff is at 2 o'clock. And now let's take a look at the PSAC West standings. Shippensburg is at the top with a record of 3-1. Along with the 3-1 record is Slippery Rock University. Close behind is Indiana University with a record of 2-1. California University is 2-2, while Clarion University is right behind with a record of 1-2. Lock Haven and Edinburgh both have a record of 1-3. In high school sports, the Clarion area Bobcats beat the Clarion Limestone Lions 51-0. The Bobcats scored 21 of their 51 points in the first 8 minutes and 5 seconds of the game. The Lions had 4 turnovers, which caused the downfall of Clarion Limestone. The Clarion Golden Eagles women's tennis team played the Rolex Regional this weekend, which was hosted by Shippensburg. In the A division of the tournament, Kara Bobish and Aaron Glatz, both freshmen, lost. The A division is the top class. In the B division, Tanya Lead, Jen Spade, and the Volich twins, Brooke and Brandy, were defeated at the tournament. The tennis team plays IUP at IUP tomorrow. I'm Martise McCree. Back to you, Christy.
Thanks, Martise. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But now here's Kristen Stanton with a look at your Clarion area forecast. Kristen?
Hi, this is Kristen Stanton here with your TV5 forecast for this week of the Autumn Leaf Festival here in Clarion. So let's first take a look at the satellite maps, which you can see the precipitation back here to our west and come down here to our south, which just missed us today, which is why we didn't get any rain. But you'll see these rains will be moving in tomorrow and the next day, but should be out of here by Saturday for the parade. Let's take a look at the frontal map here. You can see the cold front, which will be coming through, which will give us some possible thunder showers tomorrow and the next day. But behind here, you can see some clear weather with this high coming in, which will give us some sunshine but cooler temperatures. Let's take a look at the precipitation map, where you can see lots of precipitation in this area. This is what's moving in. This will be coming in once again within the next day or so. Let's take a look at the highs for today and tomorrow. Here you can see the warm temperatures which we are in right now, the high, muggy weather that we've had today. But back here you can see the cooler air, which will be sweeping in, which will give us drier and cooler temperatures. Let's take a look at the lows now. You can also see with the lows, once again, the big area of cooler weather moving in. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast for the rest of this week. Wednesday, it'll be high of 73, low of 59. Thursday, it'll stay around 54 in the mid-50s the whole day with some chance of thunderstorms. Friday, chance of thunderstorms once again, high 62, low 43. But Saturday, for the big autumn leaf parade, it should be mostly sunny, high of 62, low of 43. And Sunday, once again, some chance of thunder showers, high 63, low of 48. And now back to you, Carrie and Christy. Thanks, Kristen. The entertainment world is buzzing with the latest Hollywood gossip. Joy Strain is here with the details in this week's Entertainment Beat. Joy?
Thank you and good evening. Welcome to another gossip-filled edition of Entertainment Beat. Nearly 2 weeks after his new rules were approved, Robert Beck, CEO of the Miss America pageant was fired. According to the Associated Press, Beck was released from his 3-year contract on Sunday. Pageant officials stated they believe this was in the pageant's best interest, and they've agreed to hire a new president and CEO. Suspiciously, Beck's suggestions to allow contestants who have had abortions or who have been divorced into the Miss America pageant were approved only 2 weeks ago. Now today, those new rules are back in the hands of pageant officials for further discussion. Beck declined to make a statement. John Lennon said it was inspired by an acid trip. Critics hailed it as a masterpiece, and fans were often left scratching their head. I'm the Walrus was nothing if not enigmatic. One page of Lennon's handwritten lyrics for the whimsical work is to be auctioned at Christie's in London on Thursday and is expected to fetch more than $115,000. The 20 lines in black ink are specced with corrections and differ somewhat from the final version, described by one critic as what may be the greatest Beatle hit of all time. Richard Goldstein of New York's alternative weekly Village Voice said Lennon was inspired by Lewis Carroll's poem The Walrus and the Carpenter, James Joyce, and comic book heroes. Lennon liked to brag the song was written while he was on an acid trip or inspired by the wailing of police sirens. And finally, a look into the top 10 blockbusters for this week. Coming in at number 10, Runaway Bride. 9, Mumford. Number 8, Jacob the Liar. Number 7, Stir of Echoes. Number 6, Stigmatic. Number 5, American Beauty. 4, For the Love of the Game. Number 3, The Sixth Sense. Number 2, Blue Streak. And coming at number 1 this week, Double Jeopardy. That's all the talk in Tinseltown for this week. For Entertainment Beat, I'm Joy Strain, TV5 News.
Thanks, Joy. It's no strange thing to see a bird zipping across the highway, but if that bird's a 100-pound emu, something like a small ostrich, well, that's a different story. But that's what was seen Monday afternoon on Route 403 in Conemaugh Township. After darting across the highway, the flightless bird took refuge on a nearby embankment, occasionally lifting its head to watch police who were trying to figure out what to do with the animal before it wandered back into traffic. Authorities lassoed the bird and returned it to its owner, Don Myers, who reported that the emu had run away Sunday.
That wraps it up for this week's edition of TV5 News. Tune in tomorrow at 8 with Cynthia Walker and Dave Marsh as they bring you the latest local, state, and national news.
For Carrie LaPoo, Mark Despotakis, Kristen Stanton, Martise McCree, Jeff Say, Joy Strain, and the entire TV5 News team, I'm Christy Zort. Have a safe and happy autumn leaf.
This concludes TV5's Broadcasting Day. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, write to TV5, Becker Hall, Clarion University of Pennsylvania, Clarion, PA, 16214. If you wish to advertise on TV5, please call our offices. Clarion University Broadcasting is a student-operated television station that continues to serve the Clarion area. And we again thank you for tuning in to TV5. Good night.